Hey everybody, it's Jason with Kitchen Goat, and today we're going to do something special. We're going to mix two of my favorite things, chocolate and super nice thick cut bacon. Now, I got this. This is the last bacon from Fubar Farms. So, I figured we might as well make an epic recipe with it. And with every epic recipe, and a lot of my recipes, you know, there's always a story with it. Now, this is kind of funny, and you know, if it offends somebody, I really don't care. A couple of years ago, oh my God, it's been probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago. We're driving home from my parents. It was New Year's Eve, and we got invited to a New Year's Eve party. I'm not exactly a popular person, so I was pretty excited about this. We went to my buddy Scott's place, and you know, we're getting, like, literally getting out of the truck and getting into the Malibu at the time. Yeah, because we got stuck in the front yard. But anyway, so in the South, especially as a transplant, you can't go to somebody's house without bringing something. I don't care if it's wine, I don't care if it's liquor, I don't care if it's a six-pack. You got to bring something. And you know, the other thing is, I wasn't doing cooking at that time, and I was like, you know, blankety blank, beepity beep, what do I do? So I had watched this thing about candy shops and stuff on, I think it was the Food Network, and I saw chocolate covered bacon. So I grabbed this bacon, I cooked it, we dipped it, it took about 40 minutes. We went to this party, and anyway, the cool thing about this story is this guy, James Whitley, God rest his soul, saw my chocolate covered bacon. I put it in a disposable pan because I didn't care. That's the whole thing. I'm not bringing my good Tupperware. You're getting some cheap stuff, that's it. If I lose it, I lose it. So he sits there and he looks at it, gets this look on his face. I made, you know, a pound of bacon, I don't know, 15 pieces. This guy gets this look on his face, puts a piece of bacon, chocolate covered bacon in his mouth, takes the whole container, probably like this, full of chocolate covered bacon, sits down and continues to snarf the entire thing. Obviously it's a hit, so I was digging through the freezer, I found this. I was talking to Jamie over at Angelo's Pizza about some different flavor combos, and we just talked about chocolate covered bacon, and I went into this story. So that's the story for cooking, and I think every recipe has a story to go with it. So we're going to do this. So check this out. Look at this. This is like some real nice, thick cut, super thick bacon. And what I did was I soaked it said to put them on sticks, and it said to soak the sticks so they don't catch on fire. Well, you know, I don't want my house to catch on fire. So I soaked the sticks. So we're going to soak the sticks, and you know, just like this. And we got 7. Look, I mean, this is, man, for those of you that love Mr. Pig, this is it. The nice, thick cut. And we're going to add some chocolate to it, and we're going to have some fun. And that's what it's all about. You know, if you find Grandma's cookbook and you want to reminisce, cook something from her cookbook. I got some stuff out of Stacy's grandma's cookbook. We're going to be cooking that up later on in another episode. But, you know, food is a great way to remember people, to remember events. I mean, how stupid is that? I made chocolate covered bacon, and really, that's how I remember my friend James is sitting there scarfing down this bacon like it was the best thing ever. And we're gonna make it the best thing ever. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook this up 375 for 25 minutes or so. I'll let you, I'll tell you how much. And then we're gonna dip this in chocolate. And then I'm gonna get some cayenne pepper for 1 or 2 of them. And then I'm gonna get some really coarse sea salt. The first time I did it, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I got, you know those soft pretzel kits you buy? Well, I got the coarse salt out of the soft pretzel kits and used that. That's what I did. Now I try to get crystallized, you know, salt and try to stab this bacon a little bit better. But I mean, you know, it's all about having fun, and we've got a lot of fun planned this year. I've got some collaborations coming up. I've got some great stories, you know, and it's a ride in the kitchen. That's all I can say. Am I the Food Network guy? No. Am I having fun? Do I make somebody laugh? Then I've made my day. I've had fun. Somebody laughs, somebody learns, somebody overcomes a little bit of a fear in a kitchen, and I've done my job. Am I going to get famous? Maybe in a small town, but not super duper famous. Hey, I can count to 7. That's pretty good. So what we're going to do, just like this, is cook it up just like this. You know, I'm going to make it, I'm going to try that, you know, just squish it down a little bit, make it kind of fancy, you know. James was a fancy guy, so we'll make it fancy bacon for him. And we'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna melt some chocolate. I'm gonna add some olive oil to the bottom. Maybe, I don't know, 1/8 of a cup. Maybe, you know, you add some of this. And you could do this in the microwave, but I'm trying to stay away from the microwave. Number one, it's a pain in the butt to, I gotta pick that up before the dogs get it. Number two, you know, my buddy, Dr. Ken, who we're gonna be doing some collaborating with, he's a wonderful guy, but he said, Jason, you know, I don't use a microwave. I'm like, you know, the typical, the most American thing you can think of is like, why not? He's like, if I don't have time to eat, I won't enjoy it. So, you know, I won't do it. So we're gonna do this with the old double boiler. I filled it up with water, and we're gonna stir this up till it melts. You add a little more olive oil. I've got 1.5 bags of milk chocolate. I didn't like to do the dark. If we need more, we can add more, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, so what I did was I cooked this for about 35 minutes at 475. Check this out. So we've got 375. Did I say 475? 375. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it here. I'm gonna focus on my inner Karate Kid. All you little zennials ought to love that one. And we're gonna brush on some chocolate. I'm gonna try this out. Now, is that bacon grease going anywhere? Absolutely to my fridge. Because you use bacon grease to flavor a bunch of stuff. I mean, that's what, you know, the funny thing is all these tricks from grandma and mom and dad, people think they invented this crap. No. Actually, the brush is working out pretty good. Thanks, Stacy. It's a wonderful idea. Honestly, my wife comes up with some of the greatest ideas ever. I mean, after all, she did marry me. So she must be pretty smart. And yes, that is the code of dead silence that everybody hears. But this is, I mean, seriously, get one of these silicone brushes. You know, I always think it's funny, you know, people actually ask my opinion on stuff now. And I'm like, I'm not an expert, but this is what works for me. And that's, you know, that's one of the greatest things about doing this stuff is for the first time in a long time, I've got the self-confidence to sit there and go, and yet here we are, you're still watching and we're still having fun. You know, am I doing it the right way? Probably not. Can somebody do it better? Well, of course they can, just ask them. And I want you to think about that one for a minute. But what we're going to do is I'm going to coat each one of these, and then we're going to get some really heavy, I don't know, it's sea salt, whatever. And I'm going to coat one side of it just ever so sparingly. We're going to put these in the fridge, and we'll give it a shot. Now all I'm doing is putting, I know, bacon's got salt on it. So do pretzels, but we're gonna add a little bit of this rough, I think actually this was a refill for salt shaker or something. Just like that. We're gonna throw it in the fridge for, I don't know, an hour. We'll be right back. All right, so we've let this set up for a little bit. I want you to check that out. You got your little salt pieces there. Got your chocolate hardening up. And that's right here on a stick. It's really neat because you got the salty from the pork, the bacon. You got the sweet from the chocolate. It's out of this world. That one was for you, James. Listen, try something new in the kitchen. Be kind, be excellent to each other, and have a great day. I'll see you soon.